Hello, fellow walkers in this world of absurd. I have more absurdity for you and also a bit of a warning. This is breaking news. This was published on yesterday, and I do have two articles to go with this. But New Orleans jail inmates charged with murder and other crimes make it a daring escape. So, yeah, these are not good dudes, and they escaped from prison where we try to put, people that aren't great, so they don't bother other people, which is interesting, but not so fun. Nearly a dozen inmates escaped from a New Orleans jail on Friday morning, with at least one apprehended, according to authorities. New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, the woman who looked about 800 years old after the Bourbon Street incident, yes, that one, uh, said that her agency was notified at 10:30 a.m. that there were 11 escapees from the sheriff's prison. Now, Kirkpatrick said when she was notified, she immediately offered any and all resources to the sheriff. This is an urgent, serious situation, she said during a news conference. Please be mindful. We know we've asked for pictures of all the escapees from the sheriff's office, and we do also want to make uh, an appeal to the public that if you see something that you think is not right, don't hesitate, just call 911. Anyone found to be aiding an escapee is going to be charged as an accomplice according to the authorities. Now, a violent offender warrant squad is actively searching for the escapees along with the FBI and US Marshals. So let's go to then this article, which kind of gives a little bit more information. So, here is how 10 violent New Orleans inmates escaped from jail after leaving taunting graffitis for police officers. Bye, you. See you later, Felicia. 10 violent inmates who escaped a Louisiana penitentiary on Friday broke out using small windows that were covered by a toilet and left a wall full of taunting graffiti for investigators, photos show. Orleans Justice Center officials made the shocking discovery during a head count at 8:30 a.m., just over 8 hours after the Jibe Happy gang allegedly, used the small porthole to enter a maintenance area, scale a wall, and exit the New Orleans prison. WV UE reported, so that's their local station. Now, one witness reported seeing all 10 inmates clad in their matching orange jumpsuits running across the interstate in the dark of night. Yeah, that orange is really going to get you. Too easy, lol, a misspelled message directly above the small rectangular and weakly barred window read, well, I mean, yeah, maybe if you're gonna taunt, use the right. Also, perhaps don't leave like, "Hey, this is how we done it," videos or messages. I am innocent," another declared. Most hated 9 was scrawled in the middle of a cruelly drawn smiley face with a sticking out tongue, while another note taunted, "Catch us when you can." Louisiana police officials were, in fact, able to catch at least one of the 10 escapees around 11 a.m., taking Kendall Miles, who was accused of shooting a man, into custody. Miles was discovered, pursued, and arrested by NOLA cops in the French Quarter, one of the city's most popular tourist areas, according to Louisiana State Police Facebook post. Now, Deacon Dennis, who was nabbed for armed robbery and weapons charges, and Robert Moody, accused of drug trafficking, battery, and obstruction of justice, were recaptured on Friday evening. The rest of the Lammers have violent criminal histories, with officials worrying that the convicts could be looking to settle old scores. Derek Groves was convicted of double murder from a mass shooting during Mardi Gras in 2018, and police uh, warned that he could be looking for trial witnesses in his case or that case. Corey Boyd is accused of second degree murder and aggravated battery, while Gary Price is being held on attempted first degree murder. Repeat escapee Antoine Massey is locked up on domestic violence, theft, parole violation, kidnapping, and SA charges. Lenton Van Buren is accused of a murder in 2021 and was being held on firearm possession and parole violation, and Leo Tate is faced with burglary and weapons possession charges. Earlier reports misidentified Keith Lewis as an escapee before discovering that he had simply been moved to another unit within the Orleans Justice Center. Now, Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson stated Friday that plumbing panels behind the toilet used in the escape could only be removed from the outside, which could indicate that the inmates had outside help. Now, staffing level at the jail are currently 60%, sheriffs have reported. The state officials are outraged at the slapstick shortcoming. Someone clearly dropped the ball, and there's no excuse for this, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrell told the outlet. She is calling for a complete and full investigation into the jailbreak and stated that she wants to know whether staffers or any other outsiders helped to get them out, especially with that panel needing to be, unscrewed from the outside of the cell in order to get into the maintenance area that they were able to escape from. Does seem a whole lot sus. I mean, it does seem like someone would have to know what they were doing. That being said, what do prisoners have a lot of time to do? Well, they've got time to think and try to figure out, oh, I don't know, how to get out, where to get out, who to bribe, who not to bribe, that kind of thing. Now, the jail does remain in full lockdown, and both internal and external investigations, along with a manhunt, are still underway in New Orleans. So, these are the, mugshots of the people that are believed to still be out on the lam. So, if you are in the Louisiana area, keep your eyes peeled. Do not try to, catch these people like Paul Blart style by yourself, but give a call to the authorities if you see them. This does look like it took a lot of planning and a lot of know-how and a pretty good amount of, you know, planning and assistance from the outside, but I'm not a policeologist. So if you are one of my members or have family or friends down in, you know, New Orleans, I'm sure they have seen this on the local, news, but I did want to give it out to you guys for your safety because, I don't want any one of you to run into, someone on the lam to, into, oh gosh, what's his face? From The Fugitive, Tommy Lee. I don't want you to. That being said, this story. It does seem encouraging that they found at least 2. Maybe, if you find 2, then you would or at least 1, you would be able to maybe see if they had planned to stick together or scatter in the wind. That being said, I hope that everyone is able to find these people safely and that first responders and the escapees will be able to be brought back to prison without, loss of life or loss of innocent life. As always, remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire. But do not approach these, particular people. If you happen to take a gander at them, call the cops. Do not try to do a citizen's arrest. I will see you guys all in a little bit. Bye, you guys.